Good morning. It is Friday, May 15th. Today we can solve open response equations using y1, y2 intersect. And something important to note, this will only work in the calculator section. There's no version of this that will work on the non-calculator section, so this is only going to work in the calculator section. Just want to put that out there. Again, this is something that you've done in Algebra 2. You're going to type the left-hand side into y1, type the right-hand side into y2, adjust the window if necessary. Once you have your picture, second trace, which is calc intersect, find the intersection. The solution is the x value of the intersection. You must still check. You must still check. Is that true? I don't think that's true. You may want to divide both sides at the beginning to make the value smaller. Yeah, you must still check. No, you don't need to check if you're doing this graphically. So you don't need to check. It's not a bad idea to check, but you don't have to check. So, number one, I'm going to go to y1. I'm going to go to y, well, let's start with this one. I'm going to go to y equals. I'm going to type my left-hand side, let me put it here. I'm going to type my left-hand side into y1, my right-hand side into y2. And then I'm going to find my intersect. So for Algebra 2, we said this is the work you have to show when you're doing it. There's no credit for work on the SAT. It's right or it's wrong. So you can write whatever you want, but I'd like you to understand what we're doing here. So my y1 is x cubed plus 5x squared. My right-hand side is 4x plus 20. Now, I always like to start with zoom 6. Do I see everything that I want to see? Again, I'm looking for the intersection. No, I can't write on this, but I see this right here. Up top, it looks like I need something up top. I don't see it, so I need to adjust my window. So I go to Window, and I wanted to see more of my top, so let's talk about what's in here. X min is your left, X max is your right, Y min is your bottom, Y max is your top. I want to see more of the top. I'm going to go to 30. Y30, it didn't look like it was that much higher, but at the same time, I don't want my intersection at the very, very top of my screen. I want it to be a little bit more centered. There's no wrong value. If what you have isn't good, then adjust it more. Do I see all the intersections now? Yeah. That top one is kind of close to the top, so you might want to make your Y max a little bit higher. You don't have to, but again, I don't like to have my values at the very, very top or the very, very bottom. That looks better. So now I hit second trace, option 5 intersect. I'm going to do 1 point at a time. I like to go from left to right. So I'm going to move my cursor over to the leftmost intersection point. It's a little bit blocked, but it should be fine. I hit enter, enter, enter. The answer is the x value. In this equation, I'm solving for x, so I want the x value, so -5 is one answer. Now I repeat the process, second trace 5, and I move the cursor to that next intersection point. I hit enter, enter, enter. I hit x equals -2. Again, I don't care about the y value. I care about the x value, so all I'm writing down is the x value. I'm not even looking at the y value. And again, it's a big thing in Algebra 2 as well. So now I move my cursor over to that third intersection point. Enter, enter, enter. X equals 2. That's my answer. X is -5, X is -2, X is 2. There is no way to do this with a strategy by hand. Without the calculator, you'd have to solve the polynomial equation by bringing everything to one side, factoring, setting each factor equal to 0. Let's do another type of equation. Let's do a radical equation. Number 7. Y1, Y2, intersect. So I'm going to go to my calculator, y equals, y1 is radical 5x plus 29, y2 is x plus 3. I always start with zoom 6. Do I see everything that I want to see? Yeah. I have a line, I have a radical curve, they're not going to hit again. Second trace, option 5. Move my cursor, whoops. Enter, enter, enter. Again, the answer is the x value of the intersection. X equals 4. That's it. Now again, if it's non-calculator section, you're going to have to square both sides, bring everything to one side, factor, so each factor equal to 0, check. But if it's calculator section, it's really pretty fast and pretty easy. The fractional equations are a little annoying. They look kind of funky, but it still works. So y1, y2 intersects y1 is 1 over x minus 1 over 3. y2 is negative, negative alpha y equals, enter, 1 over 3x. Well, we start with zoom 6. So that's my first one. It's like multiple curves to each one. It's really hard to see what's going on here. But it looks like here I have something going on. So they go second trace, intersect. And what your calculator is going to do, if there's one intersection on your screen, regardless of where you put your cursor, it's going to find it. If it says there's no intersection, there's no intersection. But if there is one, it will find it. It will find the closest one to where you're going through this procedure. So if there's more than one, you're going to have to find them. You see how like it wasn't even near where I thought it was? It's hard to see what's going on, but your calculator will tell you where the intersection is. The only issue is if there's more than one, you have to get it close enough to each of them. In this case, x equals 4. Again, it's always the x value, not the y value. That's it. This will work for any equation. However, it will not work on the non-calculator section. We said in Algebra 2 you only get half of the points if it's open response that you would. But on the SAT, there's no partial credit. It's right or it's wrong. So you'll get it every time. And it's really a lot quicker than doing it by hand. So that's it. Practice and stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you all again.